Okay, now I'm going to show you how I can get an image and a good composition out of this photograph that I took a couple years ago up in southern Idaho. And this is what a winter looks like. And what I liked about it, and the reason why I took the photo, is I love the planes that cut horizontally all the way through to the back. So that's why I picked the painting. Now if the objective of this lesson is to do a warm winter, first of all, I've got to start identifying some things that I know that will make that work. I know that I'm going to be working on a 10 by 12 surface, linen on mounted gator board. So whatever I crop this painting to is got to become very close to that 10 by 12 format. So I hit my crop button, and right now I'm on freeform. And I usually have a pretty good idea. So let's look at a square right now. So that gives us an idea of a square. Well, our format is going to be 2 inches bigger on the sides. So now I'm going to go back and switch that to freeform right here and bring that in a little. In fact, let's just take that down what looks to be 2 inches there. So that format right there looks like very close to a 10 by 12. It is not in one of these preconceived formats like 16:9, 5:4, 7:5, 3:2. They're not in there. A 10 by 12 is not in there. So I do my best to make it work. So now I've got a 10 by 12 format all the way around. Now I can start moving this photo around to figure out what I want to do. And you know what? I'm going to crop that down just a little bit more while still trying to keep the 10 by 12. And I think I want to make sure that I've got plenty of these. There's that really rusty color and yellows and some violets in there. So I want to make sure that I have the opportunity to be able to use that. But I don't like that composition. I like these trees right here to be on the left to be a little bigger than that pop of color. So if I move this over, I kind of like that. Maybe, let's see what happens if I take that down just a little. There, you know what? I kind of like that. I like that this grouping is close to the center, but barely off, because this is an important tree and it goes barely to the right. The most important thing I like about this is that pathway of snow that leads all the way through. That's what gave me the direction to do that. Okay, so I like how I've got it cropped. I like that there's just a little bit of sky. We don't want the horizon line to cut right through the middle, so we want to keep it low. And that right there looks pretty good. So I'm going to hit done right there. And then I'm going to go back in and do some edits from my iPad, which is the 3 little bars at the bottom. And I'm going to adjust now. This is going to be a high key piece. I want it to be delicate and high key, high values. So I am lifting the exposure just a little bit. Okay. Let's increase the shadows a little bit so I can move shadows down. And that gives us a tiny bit more contrast without too much. I'm brightening that, and then let's add just a little more color. And I'm going to go to my warmth, and I'm going to warm that up just with that warmth button. Okay. All right, I'm starting to like where it's going. Now I'm going to save that, and I'm going to open up my Snapseed and find the image right here, and I'm going to do a few little changes in here. Let's go with, there's this button called Ambiance, and it changes, either the front becomes more important or the back becomes more important, and then somewhere in between. So it just gets me thinking outside of the box, gets me thinking, what can I do with this? I really like that, but then I lose that beautiful yellow in the grass, but I really do. Let's go with a little bit of both. Okay, now I'm going down to adjust again, and I'm going to warm it again. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. See how nice and warm that is? It's a warmer snow scene. Let's see what else we can look at. Highlights, no, that's it for that. Okay, we hit okay. And then I want to do my little favorite playing around filter called Glamour Glow. And that's really warm. And it's not quite as believable as what I would like it to be. And that number 4 is very cool. Number 3 has got the glow, and what the glow is diffusing, and that diffuses it a lot, in fact, too much. This is what it really is, and that warms it up just a little bit and diffuses the edges a little. So I think I'm going to use that. Now, I have a composition that I like. I think there's good eye movement through here. It's warm while still having a little bit of the blue. It's just very grayed down blue. I like this. I think this would make for a really great image to paint from. So I'm going to save a copy. And then I'm going to go back into my photos again. And here they are together. This one is what we first had. And this is what we kind of came up with. So let's take that image and let's finish the rest of the painting. Have fun.